Hello, welcome to Election Night 2020. Tonight we have Tulsi Gabbard, who is the current representative from Hawaii, and we also have Mr. Donald Trump, the incumbent president. Stand by for the first 7 p.m. poll closings. We have a few CNN projections right now. In the state of Vermont, Tulsi Gabbard is the projected winner of their 3 electoral votes. We have a key race alert. Virginia will go to Tulsi Gabbard at this hour. We can project Tulsi Gabbard will win this swing state at poll closing time. Tulsi Gabbard wins Virginia, an important win for Tulsi Gabbard, 13 electoral votes. Kentucky will go to the President of the United States, 8 electoral votes. Mr. Trump wins in Kentucky. He also wins in Indiana, 11 electoral votes. The President wins in Indiana. In the great state of South Carolina, 9 electoral votes. Mr. President, he will win in South Carolina. In Georgia, this is a key race alert. 16 electoral votes, 2% of the vote is in. Mr. Trump with a very narrow lead at this point, but it is too close to call in Georgia. Apologies for that graphical error there. Race for the presidency, 16 for Tulsi Gabbard, 28 for Mr. Trump, 494 electoral votes remain. You need 270 to win. Stand by for a CNN projection right now. West Virginia will go to the President of the United States. He defeats Tulsi Gabbard in this state easily. Going into Georgia, 16 electoral votes there. The graphics much better now. Mr. Trump opening up a very small lead over Tulsi Gabbard at this hour. In Ohio, this is a key race alert. 18 electoral votes. Donald Trump with a narrow lead over Tulsi Gabbard at this hour. He's also leading by a very wide margin in North Carolina, but we still have a lot of vote yet to come in, especially from Democratic areas. 15 electoral votes at stake in North Carolina. Taking a look at the race for the presidency. 16 for Tulsi Gabbard, 33 for Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump is ahead at this early hour. 489 electoral votes remain undecided. My phone just dropped. And you need 270 to win. Stand by for the 8 o'clock hour CNN projections. We have some major projections. New Hampshire, this is a key race alert. Tulsi Gabbard is the projected winner of New Hampshire's 4 electoral votes. We can also project that 3 out of the 4 electoral votes in the state of Maine. Tulsi Gabbard is the projected winner in Illinois. She will win in Illinois, 20 electoral votes. She will also win in Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes. She will win in Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes. She picks up wins in Connecticut with 7 electoral votes. She wins in New Jersey. The Garden State will award all 14 of their electoral votes to Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii. In Delaware, Tulsi Gabbard will take their 3 electoral votes. She will also win in Maryland with 10 electoral votes, and she will win in the District of Columbia, that's Washington, D.C. Tulsi Gabbard, the projected winner of their 3 electoral votes. No surprise there. No surprise also in Alabama, one of the reddest states in the country. Mr. President, he is the projected winner in Alabama. In Mississippi, the president also will win in Mississippi. He also picks up a win in Tennessee. Tennessee will go to the President of the United States. In Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes. Mr. Trump is the projected winner in Oklahoma. In Pennsylvania, 20 electoral votes. At this hour, we can project that it is too close to call, but with Tulsi Gabbard having a small lead. She's in a big lead in Florida at this hour, but we're still waiting for a lot of Republican counties to come in. We'll wait on that one. The president, he's ahead in Missouri narrowly by 10 electoral votes. The president ahead in Missouri by about 6%. In that 2nd congressional district in Maine, we think that this will go back and forth all night. The president needs to win this to win the White House. 50% of the vote in. Mr. Trump has half the vote. Tulsi Gabbard just under half in the state of Maine. In Georgia, we have a key race alert. 16 electoral votes. The president leading narrowly in Georgia. In Ohio, 18 electoral votes. The president leading by, I believe, about 0.9% in Ohio. In North Carolina, Tulsi Gabbard is closing the gap. She's now behind by 4 points. We're still waiting for some Democratic counties to finish reporting. In the race for the White House, 95 electoral votes for Tulsi Gabbard, 66 for the President of the United States, 377 remain undecided. You need 270 to win. We have a CNN projection right now. Arkansas will go to the President of the United States who wins that state with its 6 electoral votes. We have a key race alert right now. Pennsylvania, 20 electoral votes. Tulsi Gabbard leading as of now in Pennsylvania. She's also leading in Florida, but the president, he's leading in Missouri. He's also leading in Tulsi Gabbard is leading in Maine. He's leading in Georgia. He's leading in Ohio. And he holds on to a very narrow lead in North Carolina, but Tulsi Gabbard is closing the gap. Taking a look at the race to 270, 95 for Tulsi Gabbard, 72 for Mr. Trump. You need 270 to win. We have a major CNN projection right now. We can now project that the United States House of Representatives will go to the Democrats. They will have enough, even though we can't project that they will get to exactly 218 with their safe seats. We can project that they will have, and by the way, we can't call all the swing seats, but we can kind of project that they'll just have enough to kind of push them over the line in some way or another. The Democrats win the US House. We have a key race alert right now. Pennsylvania goes to Tulsi Gabbard. This is a major CNN projection. This is a pickup for the Democrats. 20 electoral votes. Tulsi Gabbard wins in Pennsylvania. This cuts off a major path for a President Trump victory. She will also win in New York with 29 electoral votes. She wins in New Mexico with 5 electoral votes. She wins in Colorado with 9 electoral votes, not a swing state this year. She will win in Minnesota. This is a key race alert. 10 electoral votes. Tulsi Gabbard, the projected winner in Minnesota. The president, he will carry Louisiana with 8 electoral votes. He will also carry Nebraska. 4 out of their 5 electoral votes. We'll make a projection on that 2nd district in just a moment. Kansas will go to the President of the United States along with this trio of states. North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming. They all have 3 electoral votes. The President wins all of these states by decisive margins. We have a key race alert. Missouri goes to the President of the United States. He will win in the state of Missouri. Let's go over our swing states. Michigan is too close to call. 4% of the vote in. Tulsi Gabbard has about a 5-point lead over the President of the United States at this point. Wisconsin, too close to call. 10 electoral votes. Tulsi Gabbard with a double-digit lead over the President in Wisconsin. None of the vote in that 2nd district in Nebraska. We'll keep you updated on that. Take a look at this. Texas, too close to call. The President with a small lead in Texas. 42% of the voters in. 38 electoral votes. Okay, so sorry about that. In Arizona, look at already how close it is. The President with a tiny lead over Tulsi Gabbard at this hour of just a few hundred votes. 42% of the voters in that state's 11 electoral votes. In Florida, 29 electoral votes. All the Democratic counties have reported. We're just waiting on Republican counties, and we're going to see how close Mr. Trump can get this until we project a winner. 29 electoral votes. In the state of Maine, that 2nd district, Tulsi Gabbard has pulled ahead with 80% of the vote in. We can project that Maine is still too close to call. In Georgia, the President and Tulsi Gabbard are both neck and neck in Georgia. 41% of the voters in that key state. In Ohio, 18 electoral votes. The President with a small lead over Tulsi Gabbard at this hour. And in North Carolina, Tulsi Gabbard, she's narrowly closing the gap. 15 electoral votes at stake. And that's with 68% of the vote in. In the race for the White House, you need 270 to win. 168 for Tulsi Gabbard, 109 for the President of the United States. 261 electoral votes remain undecided. We have a few CNN projections right now. We can project Texas, 38 electoral votes. The president will win Texas. This is a big win for the Trump campaign. But as of right now, we have two major projections for the Democrats. This could change the way this night is going, and this could mean that Tulsi Gabbard is the next president. We project that Tulsi Gabbard, she will win Michigan with 16 electoral votes. She will also win in Wisconsin with 10 electoral votes. This is now beginning to get very difficult for the Trump campaign with these two projections. What he would need to do to pull off an upset right now, he would first need to win all the outstanding states. Then he would need to win Nevada, and then he would need to pull off an upset in Oregon. That's what he would need to do to win the presidency. Very unlikely at this point. Tulsi Gabbard looking like she's going to be the next president of the United States. But we haven't officially called the race. In Montana, the president will carry that state and its 3 electoral votes. He also wins. In Utah, in that second district in Nebraska, Tulsi Gabbard and the president are neck and neck, but Tulsi Gabbard has a small lead in that Nebraska second district. In Iowa, 6 electoral votes, the president with a small lead on top of Gabbard. In Iowa, in Arizona, he's on top of Gabbard as well. This has been neck and neck all night. In Florida, we're seeing how much the Trump campaign can pull in with these Republican counties left to report. 98% of the vote in, we're seeing how far he can go before calling this one. In the state of Maine, that second congressional district, the president, Tulsi Gabbard, the president, is slightly ahead in that second district in Maine. In Georgia, the president has pulled ahead. In Georgia, 57% of the vote in, narrowly he's ahead. In Ohio, 18 electoral votes. Look at how close it is in Ohio with 60% of the vote in. The president slightly on top of Tulsi Gabbard at this hour. And in North Carolina, 15 electoral votes. The president slightly on top of Tulsi Gabbard. It's kind of the opposite situation as to what is happening in Florida. In North Carolina, there are a lot of Democratic counties left to report. And then in Florida, there's still a lot of Republican counties left to report. We'll see how those two states play out. In the race for the White House, 194 electoral votes for Tulsi Gabbard, 156 for the president. 188 electoral votes remain undecided. You need 270 to win. We have a major CNN projection right now. We can now project the presidency of the United States. Tulsi Gabbard will win the presidency of the United States. She needed 270 to win. We have now projected that she will be above 270. Take a look at where this is coming from. Okay, well, we now have another major projection right now. We can project that the Democrats, they will regain control of the U.S. Senate. Democrats will win control there in the U.S. Senate. And this is a big win for the Democrats and Tulsi Gabbard. They have the House, the presidency, and the Senate. Definitely something to note there. Let's see where this is coming from. Washington gets her closer with 12 electoral votes. Oregon gets her closer with 7 electoral votes. California gets her closer there with 55 electoral votes. And look what puts her over the top. Hawaii, her home state, 4 electoral votes. Tulsi Gabbard, the winner in her home state. That is what officially puts her over the top of 270. That's definitely also something to note. We have a key race alert right now. Florida, 29 electoral votes. Tulsi Gabbard is the projected winner in the state of Florida. In Nevada, 6 electoral votes. We can project Tulsi Gabbard, the projected winner there in Nevada. A bit of silver lining here for the Republicans. Idaho, 4 electoral votes. The president, the winner there. Just a bit of good news there for Republicans on a night that definitely could be considered a blue wave. In Nebraska, that second congressional district, it's neck and neck. Tulsi Gabbard with its tiny lead over the president at this hour. In Iowa, 6 electoral votes. The president with a 1-point lead over Gabbard at this hour. 30% of the vote is in. In Arizona, we're stuck at 78%. The Trump campaign is holding on to a very narrow lead in Arizona. In the state of Maine, the Trump campaign is again holding on to a narrow lead with 87% of the vote in. In Georgia, 16 electoral votes. The president is narrowly ahead of Tulsi Gabbard at this hour. 91% of the vote is now in. In Ohio, 18 electoral votes. It's still a dead even status quo. In Ohio, 70% of the vote is now in. And in North Carolina, take a look at this, how close it is. Tulsi Gabbard, she is down by 18 points. She has closed the gap when all these Democratic counties have reported. We'll see how that plays out. In the race for the White House, 307 for Tulsi Gabbard, 160 for the President of the United States. Tulsi Gabbard has been elected President of the United States. I want to reiterate that. We have a CNN projection right now. We can project in Georgia. The President, he will carry Georgia with only GOP counties left to report. The President carries Georgia. But in North Carolina, we've got a flood of votes in from a few more Democratic counties. Tulsi Gabbard, the projected winner in North Carolina. This is a red state going blue. We can also project that in that 2nd district in Nebraska, Tulsi Gabbard is the projected winner in that 2nd congressional district in Nebraska. We just have a few states out. Let's run through them. In Iowa, it's too close to call. Donald Trump with a small lead, half the vote is in. 78% is in Arizona. We are stuck at this. It's always 49 to 49 with Trump having a narrow lead. We'll see how that plays out. In Arizona, in Maine, that 2nd congressional district, the president holding on to a very slim lead in Maine. In Ohio, it's still too close to call. We're still waiting for a few more precincts to report before calling the state for either side. 18 electoral votes at stake. In the race for the White House, 323 for the president. For President-elect Tulsi Gabbard, 176 for the incumbent President Donald Trump. 39 electoral votes remain undecided. You need 270 to win. Tulsi Gabbard has surpassed that. We have a few major CNN projections right now. We can project that in Maine, Donald Trump, he will win in that 2nd district in the state of Maine. We can also project he wins in Iowa with 6 electoral votes. He will also win in the state of Alaska with 3 electoral votes. Now let's run through our swing states. We only have, I believe, 2 or 3 left. In Ohio, 18 electoral votes. Tulsi Gabbard holding on to a very narrow lead, right outside the margin of error. 98% of the vote is in. And in Arizona, 11 electoral votes. Tulsi Gabbard has pulled ahead with Tucson now reporting. Tulsi Gabbard in the lead in Arizona, taking a look at the race for the White House. 323 for Tulsi Gabbard, 186 for Donald Trump. 29 electoral votes remain undecided. We have a projection from both of those states right now, and they're in favor of the Democrats. Tulsi Gabbard, she is the projected winner in the leading red state of Ohio. She defeats the president in this state. We can now project in Ohio, Tulsi Gabbard wins. This is a big win for the Gabbard campaign. In Arizona, we can also project Tulsi Gabbard wins. In Arizona, 11 electoral votes. She defeats the president in this red state. Just a side note on Arizona now. Arizona is probably more of a blue state. They hold both Senate seats. They just picked up that other one that was John McCain's seat. In addition, they won the presidency. So both of those, the only Republican and also the majority of House seats are in Democratic hands. So it's just the governorship that's up in 2022 that Democrats will be targeting given their success in Arizona in the race for the White House. 352 for Tulsi Gabbard. That is our final tally, 352 to 186 and 270 to win. Tulsi Gabbard has surpassed that. This is our CNN estimate right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please subscribe for more, and I hope you have a great day, and just have a great day, and I hope, and comment down your suggestions for more. I hope you have a great day. Cheers. Bye, no watching.